but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I live it ballin' this pickup. Remember me? The function we caught on the rhythm, she caught up a friend that kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Hey, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things change. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked, can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Wait. Need a light here just to catch my buzz. Need Sprite here just to catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's both to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it?
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Arizona Cardinals. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll leave it for Cohen. Complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Complete to Tariq.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Hassan Reddick coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Murray again. This is Drake. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
And 7.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. Only took him 3 plays, and they're already in the red zone, just like that.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Running, it's Drake. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
On the carry.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Back at the 15-yard line.
Mike, 58, right there. 58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. Hey. 58's the Mike. Well, 58's the Mike. Hey, get the hey.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Blue down, blue. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Check Mike.
They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kenyon Drake, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0.
Is good. Makes the score Cardinals 7, Bears nothing. Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
But you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field.
Complete to Anthony Miller.
A huge play there for Chicago. And even 60 yards.
Chicago.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's 2nd and 8. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Complete.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
2-yard gain.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Dan Bailey on for the field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 18-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. They'll run to Drake. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Drake. A little juke. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray, man open, it's Goodwin. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
A gain of 10 makes it 3rd and 5.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Mike is 59. Mike, the 59.
from the gun. Murray. Able to find Isabella. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the out. Watch the out. Hey, check 24.
On first down, Drake. And he stopped immediately there.
Drake on the carry.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
Line of scrimmage.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
58, come on.
A give running right, Drake. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Being chased out left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Forced out to his left. Incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
At the 23-yard line.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll get him down right about the 20. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
65, 59 mark, check, 59. You're not ready.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Gain of 5 yards.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
He may try and run for this. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. Now the former Sun Devil, Zane Gonzalez, for the field goal try. And less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because they did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. On play action, they'll throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Cardinals take over first.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Check 59, Mike is 59.
After the turnover, here's Murray going up top. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3.
Makes the score Cardinals 17. Bears 3.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and the half will begin with a touchback. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He starts by handing this off to Drake. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
On the handoff.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check 50, check 50.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Able to push his way through. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
By the wide receiver.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Murray. That ball complete to Isabella.
Murray.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Oh, look at that. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here, it'd go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number 1 was getting a stop, wasn't it? So, big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
That catch good for only a couple.
At the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And he snap one incomplete there. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
But coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
50-yard line.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
49.
Second and 11. Throwing now is Murray. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a third and long. Shotgun now for Murray. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be fourth down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on fourth. Gets it out quickly here to the left flank. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
At the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That goes for a gain of 31.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. On first and goal, Drake. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kenyon Drake with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points.
Makes the score Cardinals 24, Bears 3. Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
5-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. That catch good for only a couple. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle.
2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now the second down throw on target. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And that'll be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He'll find Miller. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 23. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. They'll drop this one down to Cohen. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's got the hook up to Dylan Cantrell. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
The ball carrier.
Tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line.
Eddie Jackson brought him down.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get 1st downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
He may try and run for this. A Cardinal 1st down on a gain of 13.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And 11 at the Bears' 44-yard line.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Cardinals, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town. Meanwhile, for Chicago, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San